Perhaps some of you have witnessed performers who spin plates to entertain crowds. These performers are a model of organization. These performers usually have many of the plates spinning at the same time, and they constantly have to be aware of all of the plates they are spinning. If they ignore one of the plates too long, it can cause disaster. Just as these performers must balance many responsibilities and divide their attention well, college students have many demands that require their attention. We need to organize our lives so we can manage all of our responsibilities. If we aren't organized, we may forget things that immediately demand our attention. Some of the many responsibilities that students must manage are their studies, extracurricular activities, church responsibilities, social life, family life, employment, and physical needs. Our goal as a student and as a person is to keep all of these plates spinning at the same time. In this lesson, we hope that you will learn how to value your time and how to spend it, understand how to organize your time to maximize every minute you have, and recognize the importance of priorities and apply this in your planning. Do you feel like your time is passing by too quickly? One of the most common complaints about time is there is not enough of it. We start each week with 168 hours. We will subtract from that the time spent in classes, time spent sleeping, which if you are sleeping 8 hours a night for 7 days a week, that totals 56 hours a week. Time spent preparing for class. Remember, you should spend 2 hours for every 1 hour spent in class, and time spent on church meetings and callings. After you subtract all of these hours away from your weekly total, the hours that are left are considered your disposable time, or time you can spend on things of your choosing, such as entertainment or leisure. This is the time we will be most concerned about for the rest of this lesson. Every time you catch yourself thinking, "I just don't have enough time," remember this quote. You have exactly the same number of hours per day that were given to Helen Keller, Pasteur, Michelangelo, Mother Teresa, Leonardo da Vinci, Thomas Jefferson, and Albert Einstein. Remember, the difference between those who excel and those who merely exist is not the number of hours they have. It is how they spend those hours. To see how you are really spending your time, keep a 3-day time log. A time log accounts for every hour of your day. Keep this log for the next 3 weekdays. Try to select days that will be typical work or school days for you, not days that will be different from your usual schedule. Be as specific and honest as possible while filling out your time log. No one else has to see this, and it is important for you to know how you are actually spending your time. At the end of day 3, fill out a chart that will help you to divide out the time you spent into the following categories: sleep, travel, work, study, eating, personal, class, and leisure. Each day should have 24 hours accounted for. After you complete this exercise, you should be able to identify where you can improve on your organization and time management skills. Knowing how we spend the disposable time that we discovered earlier is vital to establishing an organized lifestyle. Often, we think we spent the majority of our day working towards our goals and obligations when really we spend our days moving from one distraction to another. For example, the average person gets one interruption every 8 minutes, or approximately 7 an hour, which adds up to about 50 to 60 per workday. The average interruption takes 5 minutes, totaling about 4 hours. That's 50% of your workday. 80% of those interruptions are of little or no value. These hours that have been lost to distractions are hours that could have been used to accomplish things, but they were lost to distraction. First, try treating school like a full-time job, starting your studies and schoolwork at 8 and continue working on your studies until 5 in the evening. This strategy can bring you a lot more free time and will help you finish your homework quickly. During this time, try to avoid distractions such as personal calls, texts, emails, errands, social media, and anything else that distracts you from your work. Also, try to avoid personal commitments during the daytime. Just as you would rarely take time off work, you must protect the time you have for your schoolwork. When you are not in class, use the downtime you may have to complete or start on homework or projects. Prepare yourself for the next class by going back over the homework and review material covered in class that day from your previous classes. Try to avoid scheduling classes back to back, as to leave time for immediate review of the material after each class. If you don't feel like you can do this forever, give it a try for a week. You'll be surprised at how much time you have during the day that is being wasted. You'll also be surprised at how much free time this opens up for you in the evenings. This is the schedule most students will have to settle into upon graduation, so it's not a bad habit to start beginning now. President Brigham Young once said, "Life is best enjoyed when time periods are evenly divided between work, sleep, and recreation." Second, try to establish your priorities. Priorities allow you to separate the things that you want to do from the things that actually need to be done. It's helpful to write down the tasks that you need to do that day, and then you can separate them according to their priority. After writing down the tasks you need to accomplish each day, go through your list and decide which tasks are the most urgent to complete that day. Label these tasks using whatever system works best for you. In this example, we are going to label our most important tasks with an A, our semi-important tasks with a B, and our least important tasks with a C. Then, try rewriting your list by putting these tasks in the order of their priority. Prioritizing your to-do list is a good place to start, but it's not where we should finish. Stephen R. Covey said, "The key is not to prioritize your schedule, but to schedule your priorities." We must now take this prioritized to-do list and transform it into an action plan that we can follow throughout the day. We can do this by taking our daily schedule with our fixed commitments already inserted, but as time spent in class, and then find time to accomplish our A priorities. Next, we insert our B priorities at times we think we can accomplish them, and then with whatever time is left, we schedule our C priorities. Now we know not only what we need to accomplish, but when we are going to accomplish it. Finally, we need to have a plan. NFL quarterback Charlie Batch says, "Proper preparation prevents poor performance." If we can establish a habit of planning and working ahead, we will improve our performance as students. At the start of each semester, complete a semester calendar with all the due dates, tests, projects, assignments, or anything else that you need to accomplish during that semester. This will help you as you plan for the big picture. There's nothing worse than having a week where you have 3 tests, a paper due, and a family event and not knowing it until the beginning of the week. This calendar will help you identify these trouble weeks and plan ahead for them. Take time at the end of each day to review your accomplishments and to look forward at your daily and weekly goals. Be sure to check your semester calendar at this time as well. This quick review session does not have to be lengthy. It can be quite brief, but should happen frequently. Finally, approach large projects a little at a time. When you receive a large project like a paper or presentation, start the project on the same day that you receive the assignment. Even if by starting, you just create a file on your computer and begin to brainstorm topics. It's much easier to come back and work on a project that has already been started than starting one fresh. Here are some other small adjustments you can make to help utilize the time you have. Separate a study or work area from your normal living area. This place needs to be somewhere you won't be interrupted or distracted. When you are studying or working, eliminate any and all distractions. According to a New York Times study conducted in 2007, a group of workers were found to take on average 15 minutes to return to serious mental work after checking mail or taking a call. They would allow their minds to wander off and take time to answer other emails and browse the web before returning to their task. Plan into your schedule to study specific subjects at specific times each week. Try to avoid studying a single subject for more than an hour at a time, and stay physically organized. Try to eliminate clutter, especially in the places where you do homework. Keep your work and assignments for each class organized. None of these things we discussed will actually make any difference in your life if you don't follow through with your plan. Mary Kay Ash, founder of the successful cosmetic company Mary Kay, said, "Those who are blessed with the most talent don't necessarily outperform everyone else. It's the people with follow-through who excel." To conclude, when attempting to manage your time, remember to always value your time and recognize the importance of prioritizing your tasks. But most importantly, follow through. You will amaze yourself at how much you can accomplish just by managing your time.